Good Saturday morning, High Seas Cruisers. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's episode of What Every Cruiser Wants. And we are back. We have new comments. Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Do they speak for us? And for some of these, honestly, should they even be out there cruising? So we're going to jump in. We're going to read some comments. We're going to give our thoughts on these comments, and then we are going to ask the question, do these people speak for you? So let's get ready to read some comments. All right, today we're going to start off with, I guess an individual that maybe cruising isn't for them, possibly. Definitely not every port could be for them, not if this is a requirement that they must have each and every time they sail. Now, I'm not saying they're wrong, because look, everybody has their own likes, their own dislikes. They have their wants, they have their needs, they have their desires, and that's okay. You do you. But some of these things, they may not just be available if you are a fan of cruising. Hi, I am taking my new partner on his first cruise. We will be in room blank on the Dream. Our stops are in Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Mahogany Roatan. My partner loves his fast food, mainly McDonald's or Five Guys. They are a must-have for him most days. Do these places have these, and can they bring it back on the ship? McDonald's are awesome places if you need the toilet, and they are usually clean. I want to make this cruise special for him, but need him to have what makes him happy. All right, so fast food in foreign cruise ports and in foreign countries. I'll say this much. Yes, there are some of these fast food places in the ports that you visit. But I don't recall, and I could be absolutely wrong, I don't remember seeing a McDonald's in Cozumel. I don't remember seeing a McDonald's in Costa Maya, and I don't remember seeing one in Mahogany Bay either. Not saying they're not there, but I don't recall seeing one. They're definitely not right there at the cruise port when you get off the ship. You probably would have to travel to one if they even exist. Remember, in other places around the world, fast food joints are not on the corner of every street you go to like they are here in the United States. But can you bring it back on board the cruise ship? Unfortunately, the answer to that is no. You can only bring items that are sealed in their original packaging. Burger wrapped up in a paper bag is not going to be allowed to be brought back on board the cruise ship. So this itinerary is probably not the best itinerary for someone who may need fast food items every day. Or they could get on the cruise ship and realize, do you really need McDonald's when Guy's Burgers is right there on board the Carnival Dream? But what do you guys think? Is fast food a requirement that you have to have at every cruise stop you go to? And if that is a requirement, is cruising really the best form of vacation for this particular comment? Next up, I have another example of where I believe that Carnival Cruise Lines may not be the best cruise line for everybody out there. Carnival tries to stand out by being the fun ships. So they are louder. They have more fun. Obviously, it's right there in their name. And that's what they want to stand out for. But it doesn't always seem to agree with everybody. Yet that doesn't stop them from complaining about Carnival when there are clearly other choices out there. In my humble opinion, after my one cruise on Carnival, compared with blank, your main dining halls are obnoxious places. They are very loud and much louder than any upscale cruise line. Your response to the OP was biased. Each passenger should line up and be checked for what they are wearing before they enter. Passengers with loud children should be sent to eat at the buffet. Stop the sexual dancing by the waiters. Carnival should get their ducks in a row. So the main dining room is louder than any other upscale cruise line. Well, what do they consider an upscale cruise line? How do they not understand that Carnival tries to stand out from the crowd by being loud, having the dancing, trying to be the fun ships? That's how they separate themselves from the others. And if this was their first sailing on Carnival and they didn't like it, they liked another cruise line better, do you really have to write in this type of comment? Or can you simply say to yourself, like an adult, wow, this cruise line is not for me. I preferred this cruise line over here. I will go back and cruise over there where I'm happier. But instead of doing that, they want the cruise passengers lined up in a row so they can be inspected before they go in the main dining room. You gotta pass inspection if you expect to eat some dinner. Oh, your child is crying. You're evicted. To the buffet you must go. You're not allowed to eat in the dining room if your child cries. Waiters are sexy dancing. My God, my head is going to explode. And Carnival needs to get their ducks in a row. Well, I bet if you look around, you'll find some ducks on a Carnival cruise ship. So to me, this is just an example of someone who, look, honestly, needs to pick a different cruise line because I don't think you're going to be happy on Carnival Cruise. Next, we're going to talk about some first responders and a particular first responder. But I want to start off saying that first responders are extremely important. They are extremely appreciated. And look, they do jobs that honestly not everybody can do. We have police officers out there protecting us, firefighters that come to your house to take care of it if you light stuff on fire. You have paramedics, you have nurses, and each and every one of these jobs is important, and each and every one of these jobs deserves the respect that comes with it. But for those that have taken first responder jobs, who took that job saying to themselves, well, I'm taking this job so I can get recognized, so somebody will give me something? Did you pick your job for recognition, or did you pick your job because it was your calling? I joined the military. I served in the military. And never once while I was serving in the military did I say, wow, I hope someday I get a military appreciation event. I hope someday I get a discount for something. Never why I did it. And I got a feeling, because I don't speak for everybody, that the majority of military and first responders think the same way. They didn't pick their job because of something they may get down the road, but that sure doesn't stop somebody from writing a comment like this. I have to ask why you never give any kind of sweet cruise deal to first responders. You do give any mention to us in anything you write about, you should be ashamed. Nurses are never given anything. We should get additional cruise benefits because we are constantly exposed to people with COVID, the flu, or worse, and don't always have the proper warning to wear the proper PPE. Almost every cold I've ever gotten, I can trace back to someone sneezing or coughing in my face. The U.S. military always states that vets have PTSD because they can attribute it to a single event. I'm 7 years into a nursing career at Walter Reed, and something that gets overlooked is the constant nursing hammering of being present for emergencies, watching life-changing events after life-changing event. It would be nice if Carnival did something for us. Now again, nurses are extremely important. You can't do it without a nurse. Let's be honest. Now maybe I'm looking at this wrong, but the whole comment starts off basically with, why don't I get a sweet cruise deal? And to me, that really sets the tone and the thought for the whole rest of the comment. Yeah, first responders are super important. Totally agree with that. But I guess I kind of feel that if you start off the comment with what? With you should be ashamed, you don't acknowledge me, and why don't I get a sweet cruise deal? Looks more like you got your hand out saying, gimme, 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 I want something for me. But what do you guys think? Are you reading it differently? Does it sound different to you? Do you think that their thought process was different? And do you agree with this person? Should they get that sweet cruise deal? Now, we're going to talk about filming on board cruise ships. And this particular kind of comment, well, it hits a little bit home because I do also film on board cruise ships. However, when I do it, I am thinking about those people around me. I'm trying to be respectful of those people around me. I don't film specific people. I don't put people on camera that don't want to be there. And as one who makes videos, these are things you have to be conscious about. And I definitely don't run around on a cruise ship going, but I am an influencer, which is exactly how this comment starts off. I am an Instagram fitness influencer. Last week, I was on the Dream making a video on the jogging track. I ran past some people who got angry because they were on film. They demanded in a very aggressive way that I delete my video, quoting the statute of limitations. My question, and on the behalf of other influencers like me, is when does the statute of limitations run out? I've searched and not seen it published on your website. I was not advised or asked to sign a waiver or consent form before I cruised. Who is right here? Now, right off the bat from this comment, who is right? Who is wrong? Look, if someone says they don't want to be on film, they don't want to be put on the internet, you don't do it. That easy, that simple. If you're filming someone and someone says, hey, I don't want to be in this video, you don't put them there. Easy, right? Now, the very first sentence of this comment is, I am an Instagram fitness influencer. And that puts a very specific image in my mind. It could be I've watched too many videos on the internet. But what immediately came to my mind was the videos you see in the gyms with the fitness influencers. They set up their camera and they work out. Very little regard to those people that are around them. They expect other people to stay out of their shots. Then they use those videos to go, oh, they're looking at me. They're looking at me. Look at me. And that may not be what this particular person was doing, but boy, that is definitely what came into my mind. And of course, if this influencer was the problem, they're never going to put that in the comments. Just silly stuff about statute of limitations, which I have no idea what has to do with video filming on board cruise ships. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess. But I do believe there's more to the story. I filmed on cruise ship after cruise ship after cruise ship, and I am conscious of where I am filming and what I am filming and when I am filming, and I have never had a negative interaction with another passenger because of the way I try to do it. And if someone ever told me, hey, I don't want to be on film, I would simply not put them on film. That easy. Respect their wishes. Makes my life easier, makes their day better. So what do you guys think? Is there more to this story? Was this fitness influencer being, calm, quiet, staying to themselves, not trying to be obnoxious in their filming? Wouldn't you simply have said, okay, I'm going to delete that video. You're not going to be in anything I post, had a passenger ask you? Seems easy to me, but what do you guys think? And finally, let's talk about towel animals. Me personally, I like to walk in the cabin and see what towel animal creation I have gotten on that day of my cruise. And yes, I'm an adult, and yes, I still like towel animals. When Carnival puts them up on the Lido deck, has them sitting in the chairs, sitting around the bars, I like to go up and look at them and film them. I enjoy the towel animals. I realize not everybody does. Towel animals are not for everyone. And if you are a person who doesn't care for the towel animals, doesn't want a towel animal, all you have to do is let your room steward know. Say, hey, no towel animals for me, please. And you won't get any. It's that easy. It's that simple. But sometimes people got to go above and beyond. They got to write in that comment. Stop being the old, irrelevant Carnival sock puppet. Towel animals are only cute if you are a child or have no life. Most adults do not like towel creatures, so they end up back in the laundry using soap, water, and manpower just so children and those with childish minds are amused when they return to their cabins. Bermuda is right with their ecological rules. What about the pressure on the cabin steward to have to make them? Think about the part above. All that not making a towel creature keeps the towels much cleaner. The less handling it gets after laundry is done, the better. Me and my girlfriend only cruise on blank. No towel creatures on blank. And they have all those huge ships and nobody misses them. Living in the past much? All right, so if you like towel animals, you are either a child or you have no life, according to this comment. And most adults just do not like towel creatures. So if you like towel animals, are you a child? Do you have no life? Are you the majority of adults who don't like towel animals? Or is this person just plain wrong? Because I'm not most adults, apparently. I like towel animals. I'm not a child, but I like towel animals. I pretty much have a life, and I like towel animals. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but you guys tell me, do you like towel animals or you don't like towel animals? Now that I've given my little spiel on towel animals, there was a picture that was attached with this comment. Carnival's brand ambassador John Heald had this particular picture attached to this particular comment, and I honestly think that this picture does a better job of answering this comment than anything any of us could say. So take a look at what this particular towel animal has to say. And there you go, the response from towel animals as to what they think about this particular comment. All right, and that is going to be our video this week for what every cruiser wants. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Lets you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there has a really great day, a really great weekend, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.